The robbers drew a black line on the bicycle tire, then slowly pushed the bicycle from the manhole cover to the bank entrance. By recording the number of black marks on the ground, they could calculate the distance from the manhole cover to the bank. Then they fed a measuring tape through the manhole cover gaps, so they could measure the height from the ground to the bottom of the sewer. Finally, using the Pythagorean theorem, they calculated the distance from the sewer to the bank and the slope angle needed for digging the tunnel. To ensure the robbery plan was foolproof, gang leader Jimmy came to the bank and deliberately took photos of the bank's interior structure in front of the surveillance cameras. Soon, his suspicious behavior was discovered by security, who wanted to take him to the surveillance room for questioning. However, this was exactly Jimmy's scheme. On the way there, he successfully saw the exact location of the vault. In the end, when the security guard checked the camera, he found nothing, because Jimmy had already removed the memory card in advance. When all the data was ready, the group then took their tools to the sewer and began digging the tunnel. But there was still a tricky problem that needed to be solved. The moment the tunnel was dug through, the bank would automatically trigger an alarm, and then all their efforts would be wasted. After several days of thinking, Jimmy came up with a clever plan. They could split into two groups. One group would directly rush into the bank lobby to rob, thus covering for the other group to steal the $1 billion from the vault through the tunnel. This way, even if the alarm went off, the police would think it was caused by the lobby robbers. Even more clever, throughout the entire robbery they would use toy guns. This would help them escape charges later. Soon it was time for the tunnel to be broken through. Jimmy covered his fingerprints with glue, then brought several companions and rushed into the bank with guns. They instantly controlled all the hostages. To act more like robbers, they even threatened the teller and filled a box with money. When the police arrived and surrounded the bank, they weren't panicked at all. Instead, they pretended to be desperate and wanted to negotiate with the police. While his companions were dealing with the police, Jimmy quickly turned off all the surveillance in the bank, then went to assist the companions who crawled out from the tunnel. His companion brought his universal lockpicker. No matter how advanced the security lock, it could be opened in at most 5 seconds. But when they successfully opened the first safe, they discovered it was completely empty.